Morning! Who's about? We're doing a slow cooker recipe today, so we are on this morning. James is behind me doing that. So if you are tuning in, come and say hey Don. If you are a newbie, let us know that you're a newbie so we can all make friends. And if you hit that share button, don't forget to comment shared so we can pop you in the appreciation prize draw. Right, so our last two winners were Jane Matthews and Chantel Coley. Anyway, I've messaged you both, so I just need your addresses so I can send you the prizes. Morning. So on Saturday, we did mint chocolate puddings. They were really yummy. If you haven't done the mint chocolate options yet, try it because it's really, really nice. If you like chocolate, anyway. And we did Moroccan lamb tagine. We had 164 shares, so that means we have one prize in the pot. So don't forget to comment shared. Even if you're a newbie, all you have to do is hit the share button, comment shared, and we'll pop you in the prize draw. Every 100 shares gets a prize in the pot. So 1 to 164, it's not 426, that was the last one, 424 even. Here we go. 139, let me just write it down. Then we'll get cracking. I'll move it over here. How was everybody this morning? The kids are down there. Holly's doing a jigsaw. James is Legoing and he keeps saying, me. Hey everybody, morning. Hey Alison. Right, so I'm going to do my bit of trifle first before I do my slow cooker. Now, obviously trifle you do in stages, so I can't do the whole thing with you, but I'm going to do the first layer and then I'll talk you through the next layer and I'll share the photos and the recipe on the page later. So if you haven't already done so, go to the top of the page, click follow, see first, and you are not going to miss a trick. Do you know what I realised? I've got the same clothes on. I've been doing my keep fit this morning. Right, okay, never mind, it's fine. Doesn't matter, well, we've got the same clothes on. Right, first up, Hartleys sugar-free jelly. You're going to use 1 sachet of this. This is 1.5 syns, and this is going to be the base for your trifle, okay? I've got my little dishes here. Morning, everybody. I've got any newbies on. Everybody say hi to the newbies. I'm tipping it down so you can see. So we're just going to use... I've not boiled the kettle. That's really helpful. I don't think I have. So we're just going to use 1 of the sachets and tip it in. So this part is 1.5 syns. If you don't know the syns of things, you need to get registered with Slimming World just so you get the app. Because you go on the app, you search your food and it tells you exactly how many syns are in it. Boom, you need that app. So just 1 sachet. We're going to have to wait for the kettle now. That's a bummer. I'm not very organised. A bit low, I can't see you. I have to keep bending down. Hey Pauline, morning everyone. I need a spoon anyway while that's boiling. So if you're just tuning in, we're making low syn trifle and we're making balsamic beef in the slow cooker so that, I'm choking on the powder. So dinner will be ready tonight, ready to dish up, easy peasy. So if you're working a full-time job and you're struggling to stay on track, get some one pot like recipes and some slow cooker recipes because that's what's going to keep you on track. Do some batch cooking, put it all in the freezer so when you get home and you're tired and you can't be bothered, just pull it out the freezer or open your slow cooker up and dinner is cooked. Kelly's a newbie. Everybody say hey, good morning. Right, I'm just waiting on my kettle. I'm not very organised. I think I've got everything out, but I didn't boil the kettle, so we're just waiting on it. And then we'll do the next bit. So I've got my little dishes. I'm going to make 4, and then I always have a spare as well, just in case there's like a little bit extra, so we're not wasting anything. Morning. Have you lost your weight on Slimming World? Yes, I have lost my weight on Slimming World. I'm about 24 pounds down. I've got a little bit more to go. I've put on 2 in the last couple of weeks because, well, I've been out having fun and eating. But anyway, it's back to class today. I've not booked my slot because I've just got to check that my mum can have the kids because you can't take your kids anymore. It'll be fine once they're back at school, but at the minute, So I've just got to go and butter up my mum and drop my kids there so I can go and get weighed. And say hi to everybody because I haven't seen anybody. Morning! So I haven't bought my slot yet, so hopefully it's not full. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. You need some inspiration. Well, go to the top of the page, click follow, and you're not going to miss anything. Come on, kettle. I need a fast boiling kettle. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. It's nearly there. It's nearly there. Sorry, peeps. I usually have it boiled before I come on here. Morning, Lisa. Hey, Sandy. Oh, here on. Come on. James, you're half naked. You can't come on screen. We'll be told off. Oh, come on. For the love of God. We're all sat here watching a kettle. This is the most interesting live you're ever going to watch. Waiting for the kettle to boil. Oh, I'm done. I'm done. It's boring me. Right, okay. Half a pint of boiling water. Then give it a mix up. Half a pint. Morning, everybody. How are you doing? Are you all loving this live, watching the kettle boil? It's like watching a decorator and paint dry, isn't it? Right, all we're doing is mixing this up. So if you're just tuning in, it's probably about the right time. We've got 1 sachet of I've used the strawberry Hartleys. I suppose you could use any mate. I've got Hartleys. 1 sachet of that. In here, half a pint of boiling water. I'm pretty sure you all know how to make jelly. Once that's dissolved, you just top it up to a pint. Morning, everybody. You lost £3 last week. Fantastic. I'll find out when I go and get weighed. As long as my mum can have them. Then you just top it up to a pint with cold water. Let me check. Yeah. And give it a stir. So this is the base of your trifle. Morning, everybody. Morning, morning. Right. Get yourself some little dishes. Do you know what? You can make it in one big one if you wanted to. But obviously, you can't be as accurate with your syns then. But you're not going to be far out. You're not going to eat the whole lot, are you? I wouldn't have thought. Right. Jelly's done. So I'm going to pour that in there. So this is why I can't make the whole thing with you, because it needs to set. So we're making 4 today. And any leftovers, I'm putting into another dish. Because I don't do wasting. I'm very tight like that. So I've just got a spare dish here to put anything extra in. Right, so there's my jellies here. Can you see? I think I've got it. Now, all I'm going to do is plop some raspberries in there for while it sets. Do you know what? You can whack anything in there. I like bananas in jelly. Does anybody else like bananas in jelly? I love it. They go like a little bit squidgy. Or you could put strawberries in there, anything. I'm just popping some raspberries in. And some in my mouth while we go.
You need to make a crown of raspberries.
A crown? Yeah, but these just float. They're just going to sit and float. I'm putting a few in each. There we go. Stick whatever you want in. I'll have another one. There we go. Right. So raspberries are in. Now I'm just going to plonk that in the fridge and then I'll tell you the rest of it, okay? So it's going to be layered up. So you've got your jelly at the bottom, then your custard, and then a little bit of cream on the top. And I'll talk you through it. Let me pop these in to set. Oh my God, there's no room in here. My fridge is full. She's done 8 rows. Holly's doing a jigsaw. I'll have to take a picture for you.
It's a 1,000-piece.
It's a 1,000-piece jigsaw.
It's so hard.
Right, and then we've got... Oh! We did have a little bit of leftovers, but I've just tipped it everywhere. So now we don't have a little bit of leftovers. It's fine, it's fine. Hang on. You're going to have to bear with me. This live's going down the pan. I've just spilt it everywhere. It's fine, Holes. As long as it doesn't touch the Wi-Fi thing. We're all good. Hang on, everybody. We only have 4 puddings now. There's no spare one.
It's all under the flowers.
I'll clear that up when I get off here. As long as it's not touched anything electrical. Cool. We're all good.
Mummy.
We're all good. There's just no spare anymore.
Mummy.
It's gone. What?
Should I just keep that there?
Yeah, leave that there for now. I'll put my
Okay,
last one in the
spit
fridge.
anything else.
You can't predict Facebook Live, people.
Can't bring
It is what it is.
Cannot ever put it.
I'm pretty sure one of these days I'll drop the whole pan of dinner on the floor, so don't worry about it. Do you know when people join the team and they're like, oh, what if I make a mistake? I'm like, have you seen my lives? Like, have you watched them?
Oh, do you remember when I did that cake and I was icing the top and then
Yeah, and you dropped it, didn't you? Yeah, it's real life. It's real life. It happens, people. Right, so we've made the base of the trifle. Hartleys sugar-free jelly, 1 sachet, and we've made a right roll mess on the side. The next layer would be your custard, okay? To make your custard, this is for the 4 plus the spare, but now there's no spare jelly in the spare, so it's just going to have custard in, okay? So, all you need, these are gelatine granules. You could maybe use, somebody messaged me about sheets. I don't have the sheets, I've just got the granules. So you need your measuring jug again, and you want 240 mils of boiling water. I'll post these recipes after, so just make sure you're following the page. With 2 teaspoons of this, and you just mix it in until it's dissolved. Once it's dissolved, you mix 2 of these in. That's Muller Light, banana and custard. It's genius. Mix those in with the boiling water and the gelatine, and that's your layer of custard. Split that over your dishes and your spare. And then pop that back in the fridge for a couple of hours, let it set. That's your custard layer set. Once it's done, and you're ready to dish up, you get your scales. And this is for your creams. Is everybody keeping up here? I'm going to post the recipe. Like this live has gone down the pan. Pop your dish with your jelly and your custard on your scales, and then get your squirty cream. If you can get the light, even better, because it's less syns. I've only got this one, so it'll have to do. 12 grams, so my scales has units on it, so I set it to grams, 0 it with my dish on, give it a shake, squirt until it says 12 grams of cream, okay? That's 2 syns. Hang on, have I done that? Yeah, 2 syns for your 12 grams of spray cream. I'll post the pictures and the recipe later, so make sure you're following this page and then you can save them. Okay, so that is just Muller Light, banana and custard. I can't make that because the jelly bit's not set, but maybe that's another live where we don't spill it all. Okay, so I'm just going to move that out the way so we can crack on. I've got jelly all over my side where I've just like slung it. Okay, so if you were to eat like that whole lot in one go, it would work out at 4.5 syns with 2 syns of your squirty cream. You're not going to eat it all. So per dish, hang on, let me work this out. It's like 2.5 syns, almost 3, just short of 3 syns for that trifle pudding. How genius is that? Could you use low-fat custard? You would have to check how many syns are in that. I don't know what syns are in that. But when you do this with the gelatine and the water, it makes it go further, but it also makes it set. So then it's like you're eating, it's not runny custard. So I love that. I'm just going to pop that back in the fridge.
You need to do a cook-along.
A cook-along. Yeah, we did a cook-along before. It made me stress. Morning, everybody. Right, let's just crack on with the dinner. So I'm going to turn you around. Hang on. We've got the slow cooker here. I'm trying to position you so we can like see everything. Right, slow cooker's here. I need my chopping board. If you want to, you can brown your meat first. I'm just going to sling it in. Okay? Here we go. So this is for balsamic braised beef. I've just got lean diced beef. This is free. Make sure you've removed all of your visible fat. Hey everybody! Where do you get the gelatine from? That was just from Tesco's. Do you know the baking section where you get like all the flour and everything? All there. That into your slow cooker. If you want to, you can brown it off. I'm not browning it. I'm just chucking it in. Just wash my hands. Move that plate. Then I've got an onion. I'm going to try not to cry. Somebody told me to put a spoon in my mouth and that would help. Somebody told me to put my onion in the fridge, but I forgot about that too. Shh! Oh my god, I can't hear myself think. How many weeks have they been home now? I think it's gone past weeks, isn't it? It's like months. Months of them being at home. Right, so I'm just going to chop an onion up quickly and then that's going in. Morning, Sean. Hey, Leanne. Don't forget to comment shared if you have shared so I can find you for the prize draw. And if you're a winner, I just drop you a message and all I need is for you to send me your address so I can pop your prize in the post. Right, I'm just roughly chopping these. Hang on. One of them's running away. Onion going in. So if you wanted to, you can brown that in a pan with your onions first, but I'm not bothering. I'm not bothering. There we go. Right, so all we've got is our onions and our diced beef. Remember, get the really lean cuts, otherwise you're going to have to spend ages cutting off the fat. But you have to cut off the fat to keep it sin-free. Next up, peppers. I'm going to chuck a couple in. Again, I'm going to tweak this recipe to suit me and to keep the syns down. But I'll pop the recipe on the page later, so make sure you're following, people. Thanks for the shares, everybody. Thanks, Kirsten, Jackie. What's everybody else eating today? Slow cooker recipes are really good if you're short on time, busy with your work, busy with your kids. Peppers. Keep your veg chunky, remember. You want to know you're eating it. Oh. How far have we got today? Have we got anybody in another country? Come say hey. Thanks, Margaret. I want you to send me a picture of you with all your goodies on, Margaret. I've been waiting for it. Been waiting. If I haven't replied to your message yet, I will. I've just been a little bit swamped last night, but I'll catch up today. So if you need me, just drop me a message. And I've got like loads of shade matching to do. So if you need a shade match for that foundation, for the spray, just let me know. Drop me a message. Because once it's gone, it's gone. And it'll be in and gone in an hour probably. Chicken chow mein, fabulous. Right, peppers are in. Next up, carrots. Thanks, Hayley, for the share. Right, where's my peeler?
This is what is next up.
Yes, I'm peeling and chopping on the same board before anybody says it. I'm cool with that. Somebody pulled me up on that the other day and I was like, seriously, is that even a thing? People, you're too clean. Gotta have a bit of dirt in you before you die. Right, keep your veg chunky. I'm going to make my carrots a different chunky. I'm going to go big chunky. Oh God, I'm dropping it all on the floor. We'll forget about them ones. The guinea pigs can have them. Oh dear. Oh yeah, they like watermelon, don't they, the guinea pigs? Oh, they loved it. They even ate the skin bit, the fleshy bit. They weren't that keen on the blueberries. I'm just having a discussion with the kids now. You always do that. Yeah, well, it's all over the floor as well. If we had a dog, like, we'd be good, wouldn't we? He'd be well fed. My Hoover gets 3 square meals a day. We need a dog. Oh dear. So keep your veg chunky. Anybody else's Hoover get good 3 meals a day? Has a lot more to eat, my Hoover, since I've had children. You're going out for a family meal. Oh, Toby Carvery is that? We haven't been to the Toby Carvery in a long time, have we, kids? You want to go? I have to see if they've got outside. I'm still not that keen on eating inside. Andrew wants to take me to the Thai restaurant on Saturday, but I'm a bit like...
Every time we go to that place,
Yeah?
we would do the same thing. We'd go at the vending machine
Oh, right. Yeah, we do. Hang on, let me make them a little bit smaller. Sorry, I'm having a conversation with the kids as well. Thanks for the shares, guys. 5 meals a day for your Hoover, Anne. Sean, who was that? Hang on. Amy. Oh, dear. Never mind. Right. I'm going to do one more carrot because it's bulking it up, people. You went out for lunch yesterday. Oh, ours go back to school in 2.5 weeks. When ours go back, I've booked Clark's for next week. I booked really early, thinking that nobody else would be in town at the crack of dawn. That's my plan. I think we're all good for school uniform. I wasn't sure whether they'd even be doing school uniform because, I don't know. But we've had a text message this morning to say that they have to have school uniform. Is everybody else ready for their kids going back to school? It's been months. It's going to be fabulous, isn't it?
Hey.
You're going to love it. And I'm going to love the break. Right, carrots are in. We put the peppers in. I'm standing on some carrots. I'm going to need that kettle again in a minute. Let's flick it back on. Right. Garlic. Next up. I'm just using garlic granules. These are free if you're doing Slimming World. It says about 3 cloves, so I just whack a load in. You can't see. Hang on. There's the pan. Bit of garlic on the top. That's that bit done. Next, tomato puree.
Oh yeah, I used all that.
Says about 3 tablespoons, so
I used all that this morning.
a real good dollop. You did use it all this morning. I've got another one here, but I'm just going to get the rest of it out before I start a new one. Tomato puree is free. You're all good. So far, everything in here is sin-free.
That smells good.
Smells good already, see? Did you hear that? Morning, Anne. Your kids go back to school on Thursday. You a bit before us. Up Scotland have gone back, haven't they? Are you up towards Scotland? Right, hang on, let me crack on. What's next? Some thyme. Says about a pinch. Again, I'm just using dried because they last longer. I don't buy a lot of fresh herbs and stuff because they just go off. Parsley, same again, says about a pinch. It's about a pinch to me. Stock, 240 mils of beef stock. Now 1 stock cube does 190, so I'm putting 2 stock cubes in. It's just going to make it richer. Your stock cubes are free on Slimming World. Tomorrow in Scotland. Yeah, I knew Scotland because you break up a lot earlier than we do, don't you? Hey, in Monroe. Hey, Lynn. Morning. So, I'm using 2 stock cubes and I'm just going to put 240 mils of water in there. Although I can't see where it is. Hang on. There. Hello. Are we there? Stir that and let that dissolve. Hey, Christine. How's everybody doing? Right, whilst that's just dissolving, balsamic vinegar. Where's my tablespoon? 4 tablespoons of this. Again, this is free. You're all good. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Everything we've chucked in there so far is free. Let me get my stock. I'm going to need to just wash my spoon quickly. If you haven't got any of those measuring spoons, get online, get on Amazon or get down to Tesco's or Wilko's or something and get yourself a set of these because they are fabulous. Especially if you're measuring like stuff that is syns because it's going to stop you guesstimating your syns. Right, next up, beef stock. If I'm missing any comments, I'll go back through and catch as many as I can. Beef stock, give it a good stir. Now, the recipe says to add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. If you don't want to put the brown sugar in, this is what's going to be syns. So there's going to be 5 syns if you pop that in. But it's over the whole dinner. So, like, if you think about that, this is going to do a family of 4. So it's like 1.5 syns. 2 if you're having a big portion. Or if you want to keep it free, you could try some granulated low-calorie sweetener instead. And that's going to keep it free. I'm going to pop in 1 tablespoon of the brown sugar because I think it's going to add to the flavour. And then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of sweetener. So that makes that like 2.5 syns for that sugar. And then 1 tablespoon of the granulated one. So I've done like half and half. I'm just going to give it a good mix up. Smell good. It smells amazing, doesn't it? It really does smell amazing. It's not even on yet. Right, this is going to cook all day. So like 8 hours in here on low. Now, when we get to halfway, or I don't know, a couple of hours before you're going to dish up, you could, instead of keeping your lid on flat, I'll show you so you know what I mean. Instead of keeping your lid on flat, just jar it like that because that's going to let the steam out and then it's going to let the sauce thicken. So if you've got a really watery like base in there, just don't take your lid fully off, especially if the fly's about. Just jar it and that will thicken it. I do that all the time. For the last hour or 2, just do that. Now this recipe also says to add cornstarch to it. I don't use cornstarch because there's syns in it. I use xantham gum because this is free. You're going to find this in the free, like the gluten-free section in your shop, like supermarkets, Tesco's and stuff like that. Go down that aisle. You want xantham gum, but it's spelt, I'll spell it out. It's Xanthan gum. Does somebody want to write that down in the comments so everybody can see? So xantham gum. Now I don't tip this, like you need a tiny bit of this to thicken. You need tiny, and there's no syns in it. But I don't chuck it in straight in there and stir it in because I always find you get white blobs. So what I do is I put this in a little bit of water, and you know, like I call it a whizzer. What did we say that was called? The proper name for a blender, a hand blender. That's the proper name. Pop it in there, like, oh God, half a teaspoon, not even that. Tiny bit. Thank you for typing xantham gum. So 1/4 teaspoon, half a teaspoon in a little bit of water, whiz it up and it'll go like a gel, but then you're not going to get white blobs in your dinner. Mix it in slowly, give it a little bit of time, see if it's thick enough. If not, chuck a little bit more in and keep going until it's thick. But if you leave your top off, it tends to reduce down and thicken up anyway. But xantham gum is way better than using cornstarch and flour to thicken your food. So next time you're in Tesco, or I've never seen this in Aldi, maybe Morrison's and Sainsbury's will have it. Next time you're in there, go to the gluten-free section and get yourself some xantham gum. Right, that's it. It's all in the pot. I will post the recipes later when I post the pictures of the food. So if you've not already done so, go to the top of the page and hit follow and see first, and you're not going to miss a trick. You bought some in Tesco's last week. Perfect. Right, that's it. I'm just going to turn it on. So you're going to cook it on low pretty much all day until you need to thicken it up. And then you can just, for the last hour or so, jar your lid, and if you need to, use some of your xantham gum. You can serve this with potatoes, new potatoes, roast potatoes if you just fry like them and put them in the oven. You can have it with rice. I'm just going to have it with extra speed on the side, extra veg. So that's what we're serving it with, Chelsea. I hope that was helpful. If it was, please hit that share button and then comment shared, and you'll be in the next prize draw. Right. Thank you very much. See you all tomorrow. Bye-bye. Hey, so the jelly has set the base of our trifle. Now we're gonna make the custard. So we need 2 teaspoons of the gelatine granules. I got these from Tesco's, the baking section. 2 teaspoons. 1, 2, sin-free. Add 240 mils of water. And then just stir until it's dissolved. So we're now making the custard. This is super easy. Just keep stirring until it's dissolved. So we've got 4 puddings here. My spare is empty because that's what I chucked all over the side this morning. So just keep stirring it until it's all dissolved. And then we are going to mix in the banana and custard Muller light yogurts. You can't see very well because it's so sunny. Isn't it amazing? And we're going to put in 2 of these. Just keep stirring. It'll dissolve. So a Muller light yogurt is half a syn a pot. We're putting 2 in there. It's going to do these plus the spare, so we're all good. Right, that's dissolved. So now we're just going to stir in the bananas and custard. Here we go. 1 pot, and then the next one. Sorry, the kids are just painting some clay models that was made. So this is the next layer of your trifle. And then all you need to do is weigh your squirty cream as you pour it on just before you serve it. Job done. You can even whack a load of strawberries or raspberries on the top. So that's it. It's just a nice liquid, and you're going to pour that over the top of the jelly, and then it's going to set. Let's just give it a good stir up. Oh, splashing me. Here we go. Pour that on. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, we've just got enough. Perfect. Boom. That is the custard on. So just put that in the fridge for a couple of hours, and that's going to be the next bit set. So last layer, I'm dishing up. No apron. It's cool. It's all set. You got your jelly with your raspberries in, your custard on the top. Pop it on your scales. Give your spray a shake. 12 grams of this is 2 syns, so just check it out on your app. 12 grams, squirty cream. Plop on a couple of raspberries. Job done. 1 trifle.